All right, guys, it is Saturday morning. It's pretty much almost noon, I think. Anyway, I've had to run an errand this morning. I had to go to the paint store again. So, yesterday was a terrible day for me, like absolutely terrible. It makes me glad that I have a dog here because a dog will, no matter how mad you are, it will make you melt, man. It just takes the anger away from me. I've had a dog since diapers, and they're my support group basically for when you're having a bad day. But anyway, so yesterday, first thing, I get out here, get started about 6:30 a.m. I have a Lincoln auto darkening hood, and I've had it for a long time. That thing got to where it wouldn't work, and so when it doesn't darken, it blinds the crap out of you. So anyway, I got the manual out and I went through the troubleshooting on it, and I did everything it said to try in there, and nothing worked. So I threw it in the trash. It's ran its course. It's done. I had bought that at my local Atwoods, I think for like $140 like 6 years ago. So I went back to my local Atwoods to get another one. I was going to get another one just like it. They didn't have any Lincolns auto darkening. They have regular hoods, but not auto darkening. So what I ended up with was a KT Industries. Lens is already dusty from all the body work I've been doing in here. Anyway, this thing is actually solar and battery powered, whereas my Lincoln was just solar. But anyway, I actually love it, and it was only $89, I think. So I'm glad that I bought it, and it's more comfortable and it's a little bit lighter. The band on it is actually a lot better on my head than the Lincoln was. So anyway, started welding, got all my crap finished welded on the underneath the car that I needed to get done, and then I go to grind and my compressor's not kicking on. So I had to turn around, go back, get in the truck, go back to Atwoods and get another pressure switch. I have had nothing but trouble out of this compressor since I bought it. This is the biggest piece of crap. The motor I replaced on it a couple years ago was $400. And now these pressure switches, I'm getting the same exact brand that was on it from new and just replace it because all the stuff's pre-fit on it, you know, and the quick disconnect line and all that crap. And it's just simple. I can put it on in about 15 minutes. But I actually need to change name brands and try to find something a little bit better quality because this thing, the contacts get real dirty on them, so they don't want to contact anymore. So usually if I kind of tap on a little bit with a dead blow, sometimes it'll work, but sometimes it don't. I've actually had one when I started whacking on it a little bit and got a little bit of fire out of it and it popped the breaker. So I ended up changing it back out again, and I am not kidding. That's probably the 20 to 25th one that I've replaced, and I'm not exaggerating that. It was so bad the last summer, because I used it quite a bit, that I actually would buy two at a time just because I knew it wouldn't last. I do have a question for you guys. If you know household electrical stuff, which I do not, I'm not a house guy. If I take that cover off, I can see the contacts in there and I can grab that deal and pull it up and down. It's just like points contacts. Is it possible to use a dielectric compound in between there, like get it in there with a little brush or something, if that would work, or if it would keep it from contacting? Or I'm just kind of curious because changing these pressure switches about every month is really a pain in the butt. But anyway, so I got that done. I started getting my grinding done. Now I'm still not done grinding. There is a ton of grinding to do. Where I put a trunk floor in, all of the plug welds I did on the sides. I've got one whole side done. I've still got one side to go. But I did get a lot of grinding done under the car so far. And I got a lot of filler work done. And there's still more to go. Good news is I think I can have it done in just a couple more hours. So if that happens, depending on how long it's going to take me to tape the car off, which I don't think it's going to take much because I'm just going to wrap the whole thing in plastic and back tape all the, you know, the quarters and the rockers and stuff, firewall and everything. I might try to go ahead and get it sprayed underneath. So bear with me a second. I got to change hands. Holding that phone out like that, just and now my hands over it. So you guys that are subscribed to my channel, I do appreciate you sticking around, even though my videos are very crap quality. I may invest in a camera later if I get some money, but then again, I wouldn't know how to operate the stupid thing. The phone's just very simple, and it has a YouTube app, and you just pretty much do your video, and you click it and set it up for YouTube, and it uploads it automatically. It's very, very easy. But anyway, So underneath the car is almost done. Now I ended up doing a little bit more stuff than I needed to. I think I showed that on the video I did the other night, where those plastic fittings went into the bottom of the car for the battery cables to come through. I did a little piece on there to make it level because the car didn't, it had a couple layers of metal that didn't go all the way. So anyway, that's what I made. Looks like a pair of goggles or whatever, but anyway, I got it all on there and plug welded it and then welded that whole one side and then ground it, and it looks trick under there. It looks really awesome. It looks like that would be a factory place for battery cables to go through. And now the other thing I did was on these Tri-5 cars, where the pinion snubber is on the back of the body into there, it has a triangle shaped housing and the pinion snubber bolts onto it. Well, you can see all up inside of it. Now that is going to be a bear on my back under here trying to get that coated. I'm going to get the body way up in the air with some cement blocks and stuff. But anyway, I went ahead and made a cover for it. And I actually got the cover made out of steel here. And it actually has a little bend in it at the bottom, and I put a little bend in it, as you can see on I used my brake. But anyway, I've got 12.1032 ARPs, and I drilled and tapped the housing there, the bracket, and this bolts on now. So I'm glad I did it, because when you bend down under the car and look under there, you see this. So that'll hide some more ugly, but it's just little crap, you know, going through and making stuff is what's killing me. Switch hands again. That's my thing. Okay, so the other problem I ran into was coatings for underneath the car. Now, back in the early 90s when I first started doing frame offs, I'd just buy big cans of aerosol undercoating, and I'd just do the whole underneath side of an aerosol. And the stuff never seemed to really stick good. And also, you know, anything rubberized you put under your car, when you drive it in the rain or it gets dirty or muddy, when you wash it, it still looks tan or a brown color because you just can't get it out of that rubber. It's just like bonded to it or something. Maybe it gets down in the pores of it, I don't know. So anyway, starting in the early 2000s, I started doing bed liners under there. Now I'm talking these here, which is what you normally find. You know, you'd get the Duplicolor at like your O'Reilly or AutoZone, and then the Rust-Oleum you can get at Walmart. And I think the first one I did, I actually rolled it on with a roller, and that always looks blotchy and never really looks great. So what I ended up doing was I got this gun here at Harbor Freight. Now this is called a sandblasting gun, but it's an old school pot gun, big old hole in the end of it. If you pour that coating, bed liner, into that and shoot it on, it looks awesome. It almost looks professional. So that works really good if you want to use that. Now the problem I have ran into on quite a few cars, that coating, like the inside floorboards, if you go through and do the old school seam sealer, use a caulking gun on it, it's a rubberized, you know, and it says it's paintable and shit. And when you put that stuff on, it seems like it, I don't know, it softens the edge and wrinkles up the seam sealer on the edge. So it basically makes it delaminate, and it takes it forever to dry. So anyway, I really didn't want to do that on this car. I wanted something a little bit better. And also, when this stuff gets dirty, it stays dingy looking. It never really stays shiny and crisp like I want for this car, since I'm going to be putting mirrors under it. And the place I was working at this last time, my boss had this lizard skin on his shelf for apparently a long time. And he ended up giving it to me, which I thought was really awesome of him. And he said, I'm not going to use it, so you can have it if you want, put it on your car. So I got it out, got to messing with it yesterday. I didn't open it yet, but I was reading around on it. And if you can read that, it expired in 2011. So there's no catalyst that goes in that, it's already in it. So that stuff's junk. You just throw it away. There's no way I'd put that on my car and then take a chance of it not drying or delaminating or something. It's just not worth it, especially all the work I put into my car. So anyway, that stuff needs to go away. So I did a little research online yesterday. I watched a lot of YouTube videos, and I found this Raptor. It's made by U-Pole. This stuff from the videos, and this is a lot of videos I watched were just people that's actually bought it just like me, and they're putting it on their stuff. One guy did a year later video. That's what sold me on it. This stuff is catalyzed, and it dries as a hard coating. So in my opinion, anytime you put a catalyst in something and you put it on, it's going to last longer and it's going to bond better. Now that's just my opinion. You can think whatever you want. So anyway, that's why I wanted it, but it's that hard coating. You can wash it with a brush and it'll look brand new when you're done washing it. So that's what I needed. So anyway, the coolest part about this whole setup to me is, now these kits online, this is not a sponsor. I had to pay up for this myself. Online, this is around 120 bucks, I think, like at eBay or something. Now my local paint store, it's 165, so I had to pay up for it. And it doesn't come with the gun, so I had to buy the gun. Now the gun here is 22 bucks. It's probably a hell of a lot cheaper on eBay or maybe Amazon or something. But I wanted to do this today or possibly tomorrow. If I run out of time today, I'll have to wait till tomorrow. So I needed it, so I had to pay up for it. Anyway, what I think is the most awesome about it is it comes with the catalyst and it comes with a little cup with a little spout on it. It has a fill line on it. You pour your catalyst into this and then you pour it into one of these bottles. That lid screws on. You pour it in there and you just shake the crap out of it, and it screws directly to the bottom of that gun. And it's just a shoot style gun. I mean, a lot of you painters are going to have that, and a lot of you painters probably already use this stuff, but I have not. But anyway, you put it on the gun and you spray it directly. So the cool part is if you only need 2 bottles to do something, you've still got 2 more, and you can use them at any time. So that's pretty freaking sweet. But anyway, like I said, it dries it as a hard coating, and you can actually wash it with a scrub brush, and it'll have it shine when you're done. Now, I worked in a bed liner shop for a couple of years. It was actually an auto accessories place. We put on lift kits, steps, just everything accessories-wise you could put on a vehicle, window tinting, and we did spraying bed liners. And I actually did quite a few spraying bed liners while I was there. And, you know, on a bed liner, when you're using those guns, the big machine that's heated, when you lay that stuff on, you actually paint it like you're painting a car. And when you're done, it looks slick and smooth and real shiny. To get the texture and to flatten it off a little bit, you hold the gun way back and up and just kind of let it, you kind of feather that trigger like that, and it just kind of falls down on it. Now this, I'm going to be laying on my back, so it's going to be a little tough, but I kind of want it to be a little shiny under there. That's why I'm slicking up the rest of the car. It's going to be a rough texture coating, but I still want it slick and shiny, and I didn't want anything showing up as, you know, indents or stupid crap. So that's why I'm spending so much time on there smoothing stuff. Anyway, they do recommend, of course, priming the areas that are raw metal and stuff, and of course I'm going to do that. I've got some epoxy. I think I called it etching primer in my other video yesterday. It's actually epoxy, and so I'm going to spray it under there. And I'm going to let it set, I don't know, maybe an hour, and then I'll go back and I'm just going to Scotch-Brite the crap out of it and then shoot the stuff right over it. But anyway, that's what I got going on, guys. I don't want to climb under the car right now because I need to clean the floor. It is covered in metal dust everywhere, and there's Bondo dust everywhere under there. I'm sorry, body filler dust. A lot of people, trolls, will say it's not Bondo, it's body filler. But when you're old school like me and my age group, we call it Bondo. So anyway, guys, I'm going to get back at it, and or actually get to it, starting late in the day, so I don't know if I get it sprayed or not, but I'm damn sure going to do a video when I get it done sprayed, because it should look pretty awesome.